Hey guys, Big Pete 1998 here, and I screwed up this audio recording so much. I'm not gonna lie. I've been here for a little while. That I've even made out a mini script. So hopefully I'm not here for that much longer. But starting off, this is a gameplay of Cubemen 2. This is an indie strategy game which you can buy via Steam. And surprisingly enough, it's a sequel to the original Cubemen game. In this gameplay, I was playing with my friend David, and you know, I fought valiantly, I tried my best, and determination can win wars. In this sense, anyway. But a couple of things that I noticed. I've only played this a couple of times, but even in the short time I've been playing this, there were a few differences that I've noticed. But it was still easy enough for me to play because the main objective of the game was pretty much the exact same. But I'll talk about that more in a minute. But the differences, the things that I've noticed. The first thing being you can place units anywhere. And in the first Cubemen you only had specific places where you could place your Cubemen. There were a few problems related to this. The first one being that if you wanted to play as strategically as possible and maybe keep all of your men near to the back to sort of build up a defense sort of thing, which is what I did at the start of this video, taking advantage of the new feature that they've added. If you wanted to do that, you couldn't do it. You would eventually have to move up the map once you ran out of spaces in your own spawn. It also meant that closer to the end of the match you would run out of spaces and it would become a lot more boring. You would have to, if you had lower ranked players but cubes left over, you would have to sell them rather than just being able to place a cube man on another block. So it's good that they've added this, but I didn't even notice the other ones were a problem until they fixed it in this. But I'm quite glad they've added the feature, thinking on it now. Another big thing I noticed was there's a lot more customization. By that I mean, like, you can't change everything, you can't change your loadouts and stuff, but you can, there's more skins available, and textures for maps, and it looks as if you'll be able to buy more of the textures and skins in the future, so I don't know. I'm just guessing from looking through the menus that might happen, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't add it. So there's that. There's more specific things, like whenever you get hit, you can see your health going down as a percentage, in comparison to the last game, where you just had blocks as health and you would lose them after a certain amount of hits, which you wouldn't be able to tell. But now it's a percentage to a decimal place, so it's a lot easier to tell who you need to maybe take back or upgrade. That's another thing. You can now upgrade units, or collect crates, which upgrades all your units at one time. But the way I did it in this match, because I didn't know how to collect crates because David didn't tell me, was you just click on the unit and then you can upgrade them up to 2 times, which increases range, damage, health. So that's pretty cool. And then the game, just all in all, especially with the menus, looks a lot more sleek, a lot newer, which is a good thing, I think. Although the sequel still maintains a lot of the original Cubemen's features. Like if you looked at this game in comparison to the first one, you know it's pretty much the same objective. You have to do pretty much the same sort of thing. But this isn't a bad thing. Whenever you think of it, it's not a problem because the original was also a good game. So, you know, if I like the first game and you made a second one which is just an improved version of it, I'm obviously going to like the second game. But basically this is a polished version with some new maps and features. But again, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a good thing because I played the Cubemen quite often, the first one, so now with the second one out, it means I get more. Whenever you think of it, new games, whenever they bring out sequels, it's pretty much the same sort of idea. It's just an upgraded version, but you still have to keep the same idea behind the game. Plus, it still has the awesome soundtrack that it had in the original Cubemen. But again, a few new tracks added, and the theme song I found was remixed a bit more. Plus, if you buy Cubemen, at least when it was out when I'm recording this, whenever you bought it, you get the game soundtrack as well, which is really cool. So I think they knew that the soundtrack was good and that everyone liked it. But overall, I think it's a fun game which I enjoy playing, and definitely an upgrade in the comparison. That's my opinion anyway. Again though, this is just a first thoughts sort of thing, because I'm not going to know all of the features as I've only played it a couple of times. But just initial reactions are good. I like the game, I like the first one, but it's a good improvement. I like what they've done and what they've added. So well done, developers. Anyway, that's all I have to say for this video. I finally finished this audio recording, and thanks for watching.